Well, with school starting soon, it's time to get your computer, your tablets, and everything else in working order.
So lucky us, we've got James Van Rayden, the owner of iCare Electronic Repair, here to talk about what you need to be doing to prepare yourself for all these devices ready to go for the school year. Welcome back to the show. It's great to have you.
Thanks for having me.
So I got to ask, how does the drone fit into my school year?
Well, you know, drones are always part of people's lives. We're getting into the fall. People are using them. I don't know. I'll make something up.
It's cool. I think it's because you can fix anything that is in your hand or up in the air.
Well, our guy, one of the guys at the controller was like, well, that way you can fly around the classroom and check out people's projects and see what they're doing.
They wouldn't hear that above them or anything. But it is important that, I mean, a lot of times parents invest in one laptop and then they got to pass it down kid to kid as they go off to college, and sometimes accidents happen.
Yes, they do. Absolutely. And, you know, and it's when you least expect it. I hear it time and time again where people come in and they say, you know, I was looking at my case on my nightstand and I didn't think that today would be the day. Or people come in and they say, you know, I never expected that my computer was going to crash. I've got all my files in there. What do I do? Help, it's broken. How do I get out of this bind? So, yeah, that's why insurance plays a part in our lives, right?
I think the one thing too when you start going back to school is you want a fast system. So can I come in and you go, hey man, my things are running a little bit slow. Can you guys get it back on track? And
absolutely, absolutely. And a lot of those slowdowns tend to be viruses, and not bad viruses or big scary hairy viruses. They're things that, you know, attach themselves. Bloatware and things like that can always slow down our computers, our phones, etc. Yeah.
So what happens if something accidentally, all of a sudden everything gets erased? So all those essays you've been writing over the summer, anything, what should be the first thing you do? Do you want to try to plug it back in, try to upload it yourself?
You know, the first thing that you want to do is make sure that you're doing regular backups. That's probably everybody's thing is, you know, I don't want to spend, for instance, iCloud storage. I don't want to spend money on iCloud storage. You know, it's $2 or whatever a month. That's a good thing to bring on. But those backups is your first line of defense. If that doesn't take place and all of a sudden your system crashes, there are ways for us to recover those files. It just depends. Also, remember that just because a computer crashes, those files aren't always lost.
Right.
It could be a motherboard that went down. It could be a battery that went down. So don't panic. If you can't figure it out, don't get too deep in, because sometimes when you start to tinker with them, you cause more harm than you do good.
That's me. I'm just like, I won't touch it because I will break it more. What about the iPads? You know, a lot of students are bringing those to class. So what things are they bringing them in for to get fixed?
Broken screens, broken charge ports, broken buttons, broken LCDs, bent frames. It's really a myriad of different things. We do about 24 school district repairs for their iPads and their tablet devices. So you really see a lot of different things that happen with them. But primarily, again, glass when it comes to phones and tablet devices like iPads and tabs and things like that. Primarily, it's glass, but there's other things that happen.
Yeah.
Anything else school-specific that you would suggest? Or
as far as?
Like if I'm a student or a parent, my son or daughter's going back to school, that I should be focused on with my computer or iPad, anything like that? You
know, again, think about those backups, because these things that we're doing, you know, when you get into the collegiate level, obviously there's a lot more skin in the game. So, you know, you're thinking about dissertations and you're thinking about, you know, doctorates and you're thinking about final papers, you know, a culmination throughout the entire year. So those backups become very important, because when it happens, it's always going to hit you like a week before finals.
Exactly.
And it's like, oh my gosh, it's due. And you know, again, we can get those things back, but it tends to be a little bit more expensive.
Should I be backing up every month, every 90 days?
Absolutely.
Both.
As soon as you
all
can.
the time.
Yeah. As frequently
every day.
as you can.
Okay.
Yeah.
And I think I love too, last time you were on, you talked about if your phone drops in the water. So if students are enjoying their freshman year, and the best thing to do is bring it in. Don't try to fix it yourself. Don't try to charge it, plug it in.
Don't put it in rice and call that good. I know there's a lot of documentation out there that says rice is an appropriate desiccant. It's not, with the way they build these phones. They're so tight. That water just doesn't get out of there, and it starts to corrode and it starts to cause problems.
Speaking of college, desiccant, that was a great college word right there.
Thank you. That's like a $5 word. Right?
That was more than that. That was impressive. So How can people come down and see you or get a hold of you?
We're right on the corner of 8th Street and 1st Avenue South. If you know where Nicole's Fine Pastry is, that's a great waypoint. Some people don't know where that's at, so the Island Park Pool, we're 1 block directly west of there. If they want to find us online, they can find us on Facebook at facebook.com/iCareFargo. That's iCare like iPhone. Or on the web, iCareFargo.com.
Yeah.
Great stuff, man. Thank you.
They've
Thank
helped
you.
hundreds of people, so if you have any problems, definitely go and stop by and get yourself prepared.
35,000 repairs in the past 4 years. So
Holy
yeah.
buckets.
In the past 30 days?
No, I
Oh,
wish.
just funny. All right, stay with us. Much more coming up here on North Dakota Today.